To protect big things, we all need to accept sacrificing smaller things. And to protect the happiness of others, we must accept to sacrifice part of our interests. Hello, I'm Lim. My life is made up of many losses, and they have shaped me into the person I am today. Before entering the story, I hope you can leave a like and a subscribe so that our channel has more motivation to create more interesting content. Completing every mission perfectly without mistakes is my style and principle. Even with how difficult the mission is, in the end, I will still be the one to complete it most neatly. It's another pouring rain day. It reminds me of that moment. The day I realized my uselessness when I witnessed the evil mafia take away all the most important things that belonged to me without being able to do anything. Remember that moment. My hand clenched tightly. Another long, tiring day of endless mission. When will it be enough? When will this vicious cycle end? I lay down on the bed, sighing with the thoughts lingering in my head. Suddenly a message appeared on the screen. It was Scout. He still asked about me as always. It felt so warm. Scout told me that Hana wanted to invite two of us to her family's resort to enjoy the summer vacation. I felt that Scout was very interested and wanted me to join on the vacation. And I also find it interesting because it's been a long time since I've given myself time to rest. But thinking back about the mission of the organization, I still had to let my reason work. So I had to refuse for family reasons, even though Scout and Hana were very sad. That evening, I received the new mission notification. The boss told me that the upcoming mission was a very important one that affected the mafia's operating system, so I needed to go there to investigate. In particular, the location of the mission is very close to the resort beach that Hana invited me to. So if I'm lucky and complete the mission early, I can enjoy another free day off. Scout and Hana were then happy that I was able to join the two of them. The only problem was that I would have to make excuses every time I went out on a mission. But I guess everything would be fine anyway because I've always hidden it from everyone like that. My two close friends and I enjoyed a very happy time together, especially with Scout. The feeling of being with him is very warm. He always cares for me, even the smallest things. I don't know when, but it seems like I really have feelings with Scout, which is why I have to try my best to protect the people I love. And I had planned that after finishing this mission, I would express my feelings to Scout whether he agreed or not. That evening, we decided to light a campfire to tell horror stories together, so Hana told me to go buy marshmallows and Scout to go find firewood. As soon as I left, Scout called me back. He wanted to go with me. Suddenly, my phone rang and the person on the other end of the line was my boss. In order not to cause suspicion, I convinced him to let me go alone. Right after that, I went into a deserted place and picked up the phone.
The Mafia is gathering, and the specific location has been sent to your phone. Now your mission is to observe and then install a tracking device into their warehouse so that the organization can easily track the location of the next delivery. Remember, this is a big deal. Don't let your emotions overwhelm your reason, Lim.
Yes, boss, I will not disappoint you. My face became serious. I started the mission based on the position that the organization sent to me. Using binoculars from afar, I saw a group of mafia with a large number of goods in the car. It seemed that this was a treacherous border weapon transportation. But strangely, this time the number of goods had increased very much compared to all previous scheme. My spirit told me that I needed to be careful because a little negligence could put me in danger. I approached their containers gently, and with the skills that were trained, I easily sneaked into the position of their cargo trucks, and also the place where the most guards were. My hand was now holding the tracking device, preparing to attach it to the car, but suddenly an incident happened. My phone shook, startled me, and accidentally my head banged on one of the boxes, making the nearby guards wary and approaching me. In the moment the mafia were about to discover me from afar, The call from the superiors rang to them, announcing that the weapon truck was about to depart. And I was fortunate to escape alive when they left. Quickly, I put the tracking device in the car and gently left this dangerous position. Luckily, the mission was completed and I came back safely. I quickly returned with a package of marshmallows in my hand. Hana scolded me with a worried attitude. As for Scout, he didn't say a word but just looked at me with strange eyes, a feeling he had never shown before. But just then, his expression changed. Scout was smiling and talking as if nothing had happened. I felt strange, but I just thought about it briefly and we had a very fun evening confiding in each other. Scout was still very warm and friendly. Gently made my heart beat for him, my face turned red, and we reviewed the past together. It was one of the best nights of my life. We returned to the hotel to rest. Everyone immediately fell asleep, and that's when I received a phone call from the boss.
Lim, you did well to attach the tracking device to the cargo truck. The organization received the signal from the tracking device, and that cargo truck will go to the border for consumption. So we need you to come and put explosives in a weapon truck before the trading transaction between the two parties takes place.
Yes, boss. At this moment, a feeling of anxiety welled up in me. Why do I feel bad about this mission? God, Lim, you let your emotions get the best of you! I was hesitant about the task I had just assigned, but I had no choice but to accept and follow it, telling myself that after this task, I would rest for a long time and express my true feelings with Scout. According to the location provided by the organization, the car was about to reach the border, so I had to rush there to carry out the assigned task. Getting close to the container, I gently moved into a safe place to calculate the next step. And it seems like this time the transaction has become more unpredictable, as although there are many guards, I don't see any bosses appearing here to receive the goods. Above all, it seems that this is the biggest mission of the year carried out by two mafia organizations, so the level of danger is very high. Although I tried to request additional support forces, all the other agents were on their missions, so I had to do this alone and pray for luck to happen for me. After a while of moving and defeating quite a few guards, I was able to get very close to the truck, and quickly I installed an explosive device in the undercarriage of the truck and planned to detonate it as soon as I had the chance. But life is not like a dream. My head was immediately hit by a heavy object, causing me to lose consciousness immediately. My eyes slowly opened, and the scene inside was dark. Suddenly, the electricity turned on, and the flickering from the light made me scared. My hands and feet were tied tightly to the pole, and I couldn't move. It turns out my actions were discovered, and the mafia imprisoned me here. But strangely, they haven't killed me yet. Suddenly, from afar, an extremely strange man with a hooded face approaching me. All of you will pay the price.
Shh, you don't want to get yourself into trouble. The mafia will come here if you speak too loud.
Wait, that's strange. Why do I feel like his actions don't seem like he's trying to kill me at all? Above all, this voice is so familiar. Scout, is that you? Faced with my question, he just remained silent and did not answer. I kept asking him his true identity over and over again, but he refused to answer. Only when I shouted the name Scout loudly. After that, he took off his mask, and in front of me was Scout. It turns out he is a member of the mafia organization. My eyes welled up with tears when I realized that the individual I trusted wholeheartedly and bestowed boundless affection upon had become my sworn enemy.
I'm sorry, your screams caused the Mafia to rush here. Now there's only one way to keep you from being harmed by them. Be a spy for our Mafia organization, otherwise they will kill you.
I regained my composure and seriously rejected him bluntly. From afar, the Mafia kicked in the door and rushed into the room. One guy came closer to me, looked into Scout's eyes, gave a contemptuous smile, and then pointed a gun at my head. But right at the moment that I accepted my fate, Scout immediately kicked that Mafia guy's weapon away and knocked him down simply. And all the other guys rushed in angrily. Scout taked out a smoke grenade, pulled out the pin, and threw it to the ground. The smoke bomb exploded, blinding the vision of the whole room, then picked me up and rushed out to the glass door, landing on the other room so we stay safe without any problem. At that time, Scout untied me. He lowered his head with a very sad expression and told me the whole story. It turns out that when he found out that I joined the secret organization and had to face many dangerous missions, Scout has always been worried about my safety, which is why he joined the Mafia and silently protected me. I also knew that the truck on which I planted the bomb was not a truck containing weapons, and it was staged to distract me. There was no time to explain. Scout carried me and ran away, and that was the moment I was captivated by his beauty and coolness, so I was even more excited because my crush was looking more handsome than ever. Scout looked at me. He gave me a strange button and told me that it was for activated the bomb installed in the truck containing the real weapon. I was surprised because Scout had considered this situation to act in at that moment.
Lim, do you want to be my girlfriend?
I was overwhelmed by that statement and immediately said yes with him. After that, he pressed the button to trigger the explosion. There was a loud bang, and we both kissed. From then on, Scout abandoned the Mafia, and we became a couple.